Alright, now we continue with the bank transactions. Now we're just going to look at simple savings. So here is simple savings. And just to get an idea like that, and this is like sales tax. So in this case, what we do is we put money in the bank. Okay, so we put money in the bank for a specified time, and receive and we receive interest because the bank uses our money. And this is a big deal, is that anytime somebody is trading money around and then using it, we typically need to have interest involved. So if you put money in the bank and they use it, they usually invest it in things, they pay you for that use of your money, and that's how you get your interest. On the other hand, if you borrow money from the bank, which we'll get to in a bit, well, you are putting their money to work. They expect some interest. You know, they give you that money for some specified time. You know, you go buy a car with it, or buy a house, or a boat, or something like that, and you're putting that money to work. They expect to get some interest back on it from loaning you that money. And that's a very important aspect of all this, is we expect that interest. So how does that work? Again, just like sales tax. So in this case, our new balance, not to be confused with the tennis shoes, our new balance is our deposit plus the interest on that deposit. Okay, so that's what we do. Well, that is very similar to what we did with sales tax, in that we had a purchase price, remember, plus tax. Well, and the reason this is a lot like sales tax is that interest is based on the deposit. And so you see, this is our deposit plus some percentage of our deposit. And so if you look back at sales tax, that is exactly the same idea. And now, you know, what is that interest rate? Well, I don't know. You know, it could be all sorts of different numbers. Unlike Kentucky sales tax, I knew that was 6%. But it's hard to say with other things. Right now, we don't get much for interest rates. Things like 2% are very common, 1% even. But let's say it's 2%, then we would take our deposit plus 2% of our deposit, and then that's our deposit plus 0.02 times that deposit. And that is our new balance. So you see, savings works just the same way that sales tax did. And so if you get that idea, then we can work from there with a simple deposit. And in our next video, we move to leaving that deposit in over time, and getting compound interest. But for right now, this is just a simple interest, a simple deposit. What happens? You leave it in for a specified time, and you get some percentage of that deposit back along with your original deposit when you go to get your money.